Vanakkam friends, Dr. Vanangamudi from Trinity Cultural Academy, Coimbatore welcomes you for my presentation. And this video is highly useful for ICAR 2021 competitive examinations like All India Entrance Examination 2021 for PG admissions, ICAR NET National Eligibility Test, ARS Agricultural Research Service, and STO Senior Technical Officer, that is equivalent to T6 grade examinations, and also IBPS, the Institute of Banking Personnel Selection, AFO Agricultural Field Officer 2021 examinations. And this video is the continuation of my previous presentation on self-pollinated crops, and this is the continuation of previous video that was uploaded, and you can watch that video followed by this video so that the continuity will be very clear. And if you are interested to call me or do WhatsApp, you can call me or you can reach me at 9894904745. This is the only number both for contact as well as the contact means telephone contact, and also the texting through WhatsApp. And also you can reach me by mail at vanangamudi.tnau@gmail.com. You can also visit my website, that is Trinity Cultural Academy, and also you can watch the uploaded videos. So far about more than 150 videos have been uploaded in my YouTube channel Trinity Cultural Academy. Sixth method is bulk method. It is nothing but the mass method or population method. Here the bulking of F2 and subsequent generation should be done. The F2 and subsequent generations are harvested in bulk to raise next generation. The duration of this method varies from 6 to 30 or even more than 30 generations. The procedure: in the first year, the P1, that's a parent 1 and parent 2, are raised or planted in the parent block and crosses are made. In the second year, a minimum of 15 to maximum of 30 seeds are space planted and harvested in bulk. And third year, F2 plants are planted at a commercial seed rate and seeds are harvested in bulk. And in 6th to 7th year, and whatever you have carried out in the third year has to be repeated. And 8th year, a minimum of 30 to 50 plants, 30,000 to 50,000 plants are space planted. And among these 30 to 50,000 plants, only 1,000 to 500 plants with superior phenotypes are selected, and the seeds of selected parents are harvested separately, whereas in previous generation they are collected, harvested in bulk. In the 8th year, it should be harvested separately by individual plant wise, and the 9th year, individual plant progenies are grown and inferior progenies are eliminated by selecting the superior ones. 10th year, the preliminary yield trials are conducted with checks and quality analysis are done. And the 11th to 15th year, multi-location yield trials are conducted cut across the country. and 14th year the superior genotype is released at varieties and the seeds are multiplied and distributed. The merits: it is a simple, convenient and inexpensive method. Artificial selection may be practiced to increase frequency of desirable types. In the case of demerits, it takes much longer time to develop a variety. It provides a little opportunity for breeder to exercise his skill and judgment in selection. Then seventh one is modified bulk method. It is based on artificial selection in F2 and subsequent generation. Procedure in F2 and F3 generation. F2 and F3 plants are space planted and about 1000 to 5000 desirable plants are selected. Seeds are harvested from the selected plants in bulk. Then in F4 generation, the 1000 to 5000 desirable plants are selected. Seeds from these plants are harvested separately. In F5 generation, individual plant progenies are grown and seeds from selected progenies are harvested in bulk. And F6 PYT is conducted and it is evaluated for quality test. And F7 generation, superior progenies are space planted. Individual plants are selected from the superior progenies and their seeds are harvested separately. And again in F8 generation, individual plant progenies are grown, inferior are rejected and superior are selected and harvested in bulk. F9 PYT is conducted at several locations with standard varieties checks. Quality test and other plant protection measures were evaluated. And in F10 to F13 generation, RYT replicator yield trial is conducted in several locations with standard checks. The lines having superior performance to the standards are released as new variety, and F15 generation, the seeds are multiplied for distribution. Merits: breeder can use his skill and judgment in selection of superior plants in early generation. Even at F2 and F4 generation, it does not involve record keeping. And the eighth method in the case of cell-pollinated crop is single seed descent method. It is a modification of bulk method to have rapid advance the generation of crosses. The procedure: the single seed from each of the 1000 to 2000 F2 plants are bulked to raise the F3 generation. In F3 and subsequent generation, only one seed is randomly selected from every plant present in the population and planted in bulk to raise the next generation. From F5 to F6 generation, plants will nearly be homozygous. In F5 and F6 generation, a large number of individual plants are selected and individual plant progenies are grown in next generation. The PYT and quality test begin in F7 and F8 and coordinated yield trials in F8 and F9. The merits of this method: raising F3 and later generation from bulk of one seed is to ensure that F2 plant is represented. Advances the generation with the maximum possible speed. Requires very little space, effort and labor. The demerits: no form of selection is possible during the segregating population. In each successive generation, population size becomes smaller due to poor germination and death of plants. Some superior genotypes may lost in this method. Now we can discuss about the backcross method. It is a very important method. Backcross method is nothing but cross between hybrid F1 and one of its parents. And backcross method was proposed in 1922 by Harlan and Pope in the case of cereal crops. And here there are two parents, that is a recipient parent. The variety which receives gene is a recipient parent. It is also named as recurrent parent as it is used repeatedly in the backcross program. And another parent is a donor parent, which the variety which is the source of gene, and donor parent is also named as non-recurrent parent. Repeated backcrossing leads to homozygosity. And there are some requirements for the backcross program. A suitable recurrent parent that lacks in one or two characters is must. A suitable donor parent that has an intense form of character which is deficient in recurrent parent is also important. And another requirement is character to be transferred must have high heritability and governed by one or few genes. Sufficient number of backcrosses should be done to get the good variety. The procedure, there are two types of backcross method. One for the first one is the transfer of dominant gene, and next one is the transfer of recessive gene. We can see one by one. A high yielding and widely adopted wheat variety A is susceptible to stem rest. A is high performing variety, but it is susceptible to stem rest. While the another variety B is resistant to stem rest, and this resistance is dominant to susceptibility, it has to be transferred to the good variety, high performing variety A. And variety is taken as a recurrent parent, and variety B is used as a non-recurrent parent. I can repeat, variety B is a non-recurrent parent and variety A is a recurrent parent. And we can see the procedure. In the first year, the non-recurring parent B is crossed with the recurrent A. This A, recurrent parent, is crossed with B, and you have to make the crosses. And the third year and the second year you can get the hybrid, the F1. And the F1, the genome is capital R, small r, and it has to be back-crossed with recurrent parent having recessive gene, that is a parent. And in the 4th to 7th year, here there is a spelling error. This should be a 5th BC, 5th generation, and again it has to be back-crossed. In the 8th year, that is BC 6, A as in BC 1, and there is a back-crossing of A with B that has to be repeated in the 8th year, and the 9th year BC 6 and F2, and it should be resistant to rest, and that should be self-pollinated, and the seeds of selected plants harvested separately. And in the 10th year, that is BC 6 and F3, individual plant progenies are grown, and it has to be selected for the rest resistant plant type. And in the 10th year, individual plant progenies are again grown, and homozygous progenies similar to parent harvested and bulk. And 12th year, it has to be carried to a replicated yield trial with recurrent parent as one of the checks, and in the 14th year the new variety seed is multiplied and distributed. As I told, the second method of backcrossing is transfer of recessive gene. First step is hybridization. The recurrent parent is crossed with rust-resistant donor parent. The recurrent parent is generally used as female, that is small r, the plant type is crossed with capital R and capital R. And F1 generation, F1 plants are backcrossed to the recurrent parent. And in the BC1 generation, if rust resistance is recessive, all the plant will be rust susceptible. Therefore, there is no test for rust resistance is done. All the plants are self-pollinated. In BC1, all the plants are self-pollinated. BC3, F2 generation, plants are inoculated with stem rust. Rust-resistant plants similar to A are selected and backcrossed to the variety A. And BC3 generation, no disease-resistant test is done. Plants are self-pollinated to raise F2. Selection is made for the plant type identical to A. And BC4 generation, no rust-resistant test. Plants are backcrossed to variety A. BC5 generation, no rust-resistant test. Plants are self-pollinated to raise F2 generation. BC5 F2 generation, plants are subjected to rust epidemic resistance plant for rust and having similar characteristics of variety. A is selected and self-seed or harvested separately. BC5 F3, individual plant progenies are grown and subjected to rust epiphytic selection for rust resistance and for characteristics of the variety. A seeds from several similar rust-resistant homozygous progenies are mixed to constitute new variety, and the yield test and seed multiplication is done in RYT replicated yield trial along with variety A as checked. Newly constituted variety should be similar to the variety A for most of the important characters. This is more important, and seeds are multiplied and distributed. And the steps are depicted in the flow chart. And achievements, what we have done so far in the backcross method. Rust resistance has been transferred to Kalyanasona from several diverse sources like Robin, HS19, Bluebird. Similarly, the wheat varieties like Karachia 65, NB 853, NI 5439. TIFT 23A was used in backcross program with resistant lines from India and Africa to develop downy mildew resistant male strains like MS521, MS541. In Gossypium herbaceum, varieties like Bijwala, Vijay, Digvijay and Kalyanasona are developed by backcross method. The merits: genotype of a new variety is nearly identical with that of the recurrent parent except for the gene transfer. Much smaller population is needed in this method than in pedigree method. Only method that is available for interspecific gene transfer and for the transfer of cytoplasm. And susceptibility in well-adopted variety can be removed without affecting its performance and adaptability. These are all the merits of backcross method. And there are some demerits. New variety generally cannot be superior to the desirable and undesirable gene. Hybridization required if each cross, which is often difficult to time taking and costly. Then 10th method is multi-line varieties. It is a mixture of several pure line but having genes for resistance, disease resistance and procedure, and we have to follow the backcross method to develop multi-line varieties. Different resistant genes may be transferred in different lines. After 6 back crosses, selection may be practiced for uniform lines. These lines may be composted, that is bulk, to make multi-lines. And the second method is restricted back cross method. 3 back crosses may be made and selection may be made for segregants with uniform agronomic features. And the merits, all the lines are most identical to the recurrent parent. Only one of a few lines of the mixture would become susceptible to the pathogen in any one season. And the demerits, there is possible that the new race may attack all the lines of multi-line varieties. And population approach, that is the 11th breeding methods in the case of self-pollinated crops. It is nothing but the recombination. It is very limited to 2 to 3 generations. No possibility of further changing the genotype of segregants. The procedure in the first year, variety A and variety B are crossed. And in the second year, F1 is harvested in bulk. In the third year, the F2 plants or F2 seeds are space planted and outstanding plants are selected and then intermated, that is nothing but intercrossing. And in fourth year, that is F3, progenies from mating are space planted, outstanding plants are identified and again intercrossed or intermated. In the fifth year, F4, progenies from mating or space planted, population maintained according to the pedigree method. The self-pollination selection is continued for further more generation. And finally, the pure line isolated and evaluated as in the pedigree method. Merits, it provides greater opportunities for recombination. That is more important. It helps in the accumulation of desirable genes. Demerit, it's time consuming and it is very higher when compared to the pedigree method. That's a time consuming. And then hybrid varieties, the 12th method of breeding in self-pollinated crops. Regarding hybrid varieties, self and often cross-pollinated crops shows little or no loss in vigor yield due to inbreeding. If you the self-pollinated crops and cross-pollinated crops, the genetic drift or inbreeding depression is very low or may not be no loss. Hybrid varieties are more common in cross-pollinated species than in self-pollinated species because of two reasons. The cross-pollinated crops are well suited for hybrid seed production in larger quantities. In self-pollinated crops, superior pure line varieties give high yield and they are easily multiplied and maintained. There is no need to go for hybridization because the pure line varieties perform well. And in the hybrid variety production, you have to use the cytoplasmic gene male sterility. It is commercially used in the case of sorghum to produce hybrid seeds, not only sorghum but also in the pearl millet and also rice. And we have to develop the male sterile lines. Hybrid seed production may utilize A line, that is a new male sterile line has to be developed by back crossing. And the A line will be identical with the male fertile line, that is nothing but the B line or maintained line, and that is used in back cross program. And A and B lines are isogenic lines and the phenotypically similar parameters, similar characters except the fertility. A is sterile and while the B is fertile. That is the main difference between the A and B. But if B is a maintained line, that has to be away, that is must for maintaining the sterile line A. Then maintenance of the male sterile line, A line are maintained by crossing with B lines, that is the male fertile line, and A line is the male sterile line. And the production of hybrid seeds, the male sterile line is pollinated with the pollen from a restorer parent, that is the R line. That R line restores the fertility of the male sterile line, that is A line. Thank you very much for listening. It's a lengthy presentation. In the next presentation, part 2, we will see the methods, the breeding methods used for cross-pollinated crops, asexually produced crops, polyploid breeding, the resistance breeding, and also mutation breeding. As I told earlier in the beginning itself, the PDF link is given in the description, and you can download and use it. And if you want to contact me, you can contact either by my phone number, this mobile number 9894904745, and also the mail manangamdi.tnu@gmail. Kindly subscribe my YouTube channel. Kindly watch this video, share and comment. Thank you very much for listening.